tragic story that I'm...
Good evening, I'm Michael Usher and welcome to a special late edition of 7 News. It has been a day, quite simply, of heartbreak. 24 hours ago, Australia's iconic Bondi Beach right here was the scene of sheer terror, the likes of which this country's not seen in almost 30 years. Tonight, behind me, there's a growing floral tribute. Mourners have been coming and going throughout the evening to pay their respects and reflect quietly, sometimes through tears, on this atrocity. Here are the key facts as they stand tonight. 15 innocent people are dead. Of the 42 people wounded, 26 remain in hospital. We know that 7 are critical. The attackers are 24-year-old Naveed Akram and his 50-year-old father, Saji, who was shot dead by police. And tonight, an agreement from National Cabinet to strengthen gun laws. We're also learning more about those killed. Just in the past few hours, a 9th victim has been identified. This woman, 82-year-old Marika Pagani. As for the man who bravely tackled one of the gunmen, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, well, he's recovering in hospital and has had a visit by a very grateful New South Wales Premier Chris Minns right at his bedside there, had a chat to him. We're going to begin tonight with reporter Paul Dowsley, who spent the day here in Bondi. Paul, good evening to you. As we've been reporting all day, a devastating day, a very emotional day for the community here.
And Michael, for those people who are coming to that floral tribute just behind you, they walk past this. This is the crime scene still on Campbell Parade. Behind me you can see still the cars that are abandoned and have been like that for 28 hours now since this happened. There's even a public transport bus there parked on the left. None of these people who own these cars can get back in to get their belongings, and just in the past few minutes, slightly closer to the beach, we have seen police in full forensic boiler suits in the park. They are in floodlights and they are searching through some of the parkland that is in the crime scene here. It's likely to be a crime scene for some time. There is so much, as you can imagine, such a large part of Bondi Beach that's sort of almost a third of it around where the gunman was shooting, and the gunmen were shooting off that bridge. So this will be meticulous, and we saw earlier, just about 6 o'clock, we saw police on their knees getting under cars, looking under cars with torches and mirrors to see if there was anything that was worthy evidence under these vehicles. In terms of the gunmen, we are learning a little more about what they have been doing in recent weeks. About 2 weeks ago, the father and son, they returned from the Philippines. They went to the Philippines for several weeks. They went, we understand, by themselves. The exact nature of the trip is not known, but we do know that the Philippines is very well known for terrorism training, as a sort of a hotspot for extremists to go and to explore those views and to be trained. So that will form a significant part of the police investigation of backtracking where the father and son had been. And just finally, Michael, an insight into the people who even at this hour are coming here. Just a few metres down from where I am, I noticed a man standing by himself for some time, just looking into where the cars were, and I walked over to him and just said, "I hope you're okay, mate." The simplest of things to say, and he said, "I'm just trying to get his car out," and it turns out he knows one of the victims. He knows one of the victims, that French national Dan Akian, who is 23, who died, and he was just trying to get his housemate's car out because, of course, the victim himself cannot do that.
Yeah. All right, Paul, thank you for that. You're just a few metres away from me here. Aren't these incredible images, though, of the growing floral tribute, the memorial that started out with just a bunch or two flowers very early in the morning and has grown quite extraordinarily over the day. We're learning more about the victims of this tragedy, also those who lost their lives and those who are in hospital. Our reporter Miley Hogan's at the Royal Prince Alfred for us this evening. Miley, you have an update this evening from health officials.
Michael, good evening. And some good news. One survivor has been discharged from hospital this evening and has been able to go back home to their family. But there are still 26 people in hospitals across the city being treated tonight. Unfortunately, the number of those fighting for their life has gone up. There are now 7 people in a critical condition. The other survivors are a mix of serious and stable. We know that 2 of those survivors are New South Wales police officers, and we now know who one of them is. Constable Scott Dyson, a young police officer who has been working attached to part of the Eastern Suburbs Police Area Command for the last 18 months. Now, the family members of both of those police officers have released a statement this evening through police media thanking police officers, first responders, the medical teams who have been working on their loved ones. They've also thanked the community for their concern and their well wishes, but are asking now for privacy as they help their family members try and get through this and recover. Unfortunately, for 15 families, they know that their loved ones are not coming home. And we are learning more about those victims. I believe we have the identities of 9. We have their faces for you now up on your television screens. The latest victim was identified as Marika Pogany. There was also those other victims as well. The rabbi, Eli Schlanger, who had served his community for almost 2 decades, and of course just awful, that youngest victim at 10 years old, Matilda. Everyone in Australia and really around the world is thinking of those families this evening, and also sending their well wishes to those survivors in the hospitals around Sydney, hoping that they can make a full recovery. Michael?
Absolutely heartbreaking, Marty. Thank you. Little 10-year-old Matilda, her aunt spoke to us today, and that family is beyond devastated. Matilda's little sister, Summer, was here as well, just a few metres away from where I am now, and their dad tried their best to try and protect them all, but Matilda lost her life in all of this. Now, an emergency meeting of National Cabinet has agreed to launch sweeping reforms to the nation's gun laws. Political editor Mark Riley is in Canberra. Mark, good evening. Just talk us through what has been decided.
Well, Michael, I think there was an acceptance there at the National Cabinet among all those members of the stark reality that nothing they have done up to this point, or indeed any previous administration has done, any previous government, state or federal, has prevented this act of mass killing at Bondi. So what they need to do now is act in a way as best they can to limit the possibility for that sort of thing happening again. The general outcome of this meeting, a national pledge to eradicate anti-Semitism, hate, violence and terrorism. Sounds simple? It isn't. We know that. Specifically, though, they've detailed a new national gun reform agenda, limiting the number of firearms any one individual can hold, ordering most licences to be regularly reviewed, they're not at present, limiting the types of weapons further that are legally available, and for the first time sharing criminal intelligence across the country to better inform licensing decisions to ensure those weapons stay out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them. Also, limiting licences only to Australian citizens, not to any visa holders. And finally, accelerating the establishment of a national firearms register held across the country, which better allows police and other law enforcement to trace the history of firearms and to find where they end up. The biggest changes since Port Arthur and those remarkable landmark reforms introduced by John Howard that we remember well from that time, and it's not before time that these have occurred. But I guess those leaders know that there's a bigger challenge in the immediate future for them, particularly for Anthony Albanese at a national level. And that is to restore faith in the Australian community that their freedoms that we take for granted too often, hard fought, hard won, cherished freedoms need to be preserved, and we need to get back there from this place of fear we've all ended up in after those horrific events yesterday, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Mark Riley there in Canberra, thank you. Well, the attack here in Bondi has sparked global security fears during Hanukkah. Jacqueline Robson is live in London. Jack, there are extra patrols on the streets where you are now.
Yes, Michael, UK's Metropolitan Police have ramped up patrols right across Britain. They are looking and focusing, of course, on Jewish communities and synagogues. They're also ramping up and beefing up patrols for upcoming Hanukkah events. Here in Trafalgar Square, they are expecting a massive celebration tomorrow night. There is a big menorah here. Organisers say that they already have a security plan in place, but they are now working closely with police to bring in extra measures to make sure those hundreds of people remain safe. And this is all despite Scotland Yard saying there is no direct or increased threat here from what's happened in Bondi, but these are precautionary measures to make sure people are feeling safe. We're hearing from UK ministers that anti-Semitism has been rising not only here but around the world, and the world has been responding. Major cities like New York, Paris, Berlin, they're all increasing security as Hanukkah events take place, and they're also patrolling Jewish communities to make sure there isn't a repeat attack like we saw in Bondi. But the Jewish leaders I've been speaking to say while this is a very scary time for the Jewish community, it's often we see more people want to come along to these events, and rather than shy away from them and stay at home, we tend to see more people turn up, and even people outside of the Jewish faith coming to these events to stand in solidarity. But of course, this is a very worrying time. Take a listen.
Unlike many Jewish festivals, it's one where we come out and we celebrate it openly. We're so used to being behind security in our synagogues. Actually, this is one of those festivals where we come out, but unfortunately we know that comes with a real threat. That was a reminder to us what happened in Sydney, and it's something that we have to pay attention to as we gather over the next 8 nights too.
Now, there has been condemnation from world leaders about this incident, but of course there are questions now being asked of those governments. What are they doing to make sure the Jewish communities in their countries are safe? Michael?
Indeed. All right, Jacqueline there, thank you from London tonight. Just want to take you back to a live shot now that Paul showed you a little earlier too. This is going on exactly as we speak right now in the distance there when we get focus on it. A lot of police in some of their forensic outfits going in and out the areas that have been sealed off behind... Terrible shot, I'm sorry. We did have it in focus a second ago. But we were seeing them go on their hands and knees around the grassed areas here and really trying to find any skerrick of evidence that they can. Now, there was a moment's silence at tonight's Big Bash game between the Melbourne Renegades and Brisbane Heat in Geelong. Players wearing black armbands. Flags are flying at half-mast. Fireworks at the game were cancelled as well. And Cricket Australia, we're told, is working on arrangements for a tribute when the Adelaide Test match begins on Wednesday. Up next on this special late edition of 7 News, how the massacre unfolded, the first-hand account from a veteran cameraman capturing his escape.
It's that time of year again. I can feel it in the air. Holiday. But what's under the tree just don't matter to me. So DJ, play that Bondi tune. All I want for Christmas is food. All I want for Christmas is food.
A lot of big things happen in 7 years. The new Palisade Hybrid, now with a 7-year warranty when you service with Hyundai.
There is still magic wherever you are. Cherish those golden to us this Christmas. Fragrant hazelnuts, smooth velvety chocolate. Say it with gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Would you look at that, Chief? Thank goodness she's got Budget Direct's award-winning car insurance.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
I love you to the moon.
Pandora. Hurry into Chemist Warehouse this Christmas and get Versace for all 100ml $69.99. Yves Saint Laurent Y for Men 60ml $109. Or Michael Kors Wanderlust 100ml $69.99. Chemist Warehouse, the real house of fragrances.
Why is there a big hole in the turkey?
I guess that's just how they come now.
Get more than your fill with a fresh Australian whole RSPCA-approved turkey, only $8.99 per kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
The working life. You wake up, you work, you get paid. Until one day, you wake up to a whole new rhythm and still get paid. Aware Super helps you find your rhythm of retirement. That's super helpful.
Get your BCF and Chrissy gifting sorted with epic outdoor gear. Make a splash with this Intex Jungle Inflatable Play Centre. Now only $79.99. That's half price. Gift guide out now.
BCF and fun, hey!
Shop Super Savers at Super Cheap Auto. Grab one of these Castrol Edge 5-litre engine oils for 45% off. Or save 20% on Century Automotive and 4-wheel drive batteries. Make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
Rose is bringing the roller boogie. Ryan's bringing the dad fun. What are you bringing?
I brought the Cadbury Favourites.
Bring it with Cadbury Favourites.
Yeah, welcome back to Bondi Beach. Michael Usher with you with this special late edition of 7 News. Let me just show you what I was talking about before. The forensic police scouring the grassed area just near me here, where they're really forensically going through every blade of grass down there, trying to find any shred of evidence. It might be part of the bullet casings, it could be fibres, it could be anything that will lead to part of the longer investigation here. This is very late at night. It gives you a great idea of the effort that the police are going to get this investigation underway in that kind of detail. So glad we could show that to you. Now, moving on now, the true fear running through people's heads and hearts last night is very hard to comprehend, but this next story will show you just how tense it was here yesterday.
Australia's most famous beach now defined by an act of unprecedented evil. A father and son on a weekend hunting trip. Their targets, the terrified members of Bondi's Jewish community, attending one of the most significant religious celebrations of the year, Hanukkah. They had nowhere to hide.
Oh my God.
Hundreds had gathered in Archer Park for the family festival. They were sitting ducks. Parents jumped on their children, all pushed themselves flat into the dirt as bullets exploded around them. Innocent civilians huddled together, horrified, as victims fell to the left and right, their selection completely random. The gunmen positioned on top of this pedestrian bridge, a 3-metre height advantage and concrete wall protection. Equipped with high-powered, long-arm weapons, they peppered the civilians below, shot by shot. The shooters, 24-year-old Naveed Akram and his 50-year-old father Sajid. For Bondi's Jewish community, carnage.
The bullets were flying all the time, they were shooting. We were hiding behind the rock climbing thing.
The famous sands emptied as people sprinted for cover. For a handful of horrifying minutes, Campbell Parade became death row.
There were people that we couldn't save, Chris. There were people already dead.
Strangers helping strangers. This woman with blood-stained hands and a blood-stained hat.
Child was screaming. I was holding that he wouldn't be killed.
I was lying on top of my son.
Your son?
My son, 8 years old son. I fell on top of him, and then another injured guy fell on top of me.
But it could have been so much worse if it hadn't been for this moment of extraordinary self-sacrifice. Stalking the older shooter, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a 43-year-old shop owner from the Sutherland Shire. Putting his life on the line in an act of bravery that defies belief. Al-Ahmed resists the temptation to shoot, letting the gunman back away. Another bystander runs in, throwing projectiles at him. But moments later, he's shot by the second shooter still on the bridge, before hero Al-Ahmed is himself shot in the abdomen. Long-time news cameraman Nick Castellaro lives right opposite. As most ran from the danger, he joined the police running towards it. At one point, all three of them were pinned down by the gunfire, taking cover behind cars. Here, he's just metres away as hero Al-Ahmed rushes in for the tackle.
You saw the hero do his thing.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, and I actually thought, because while he's holding the gun at him, I thought he'd shot him, and then bang, 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 the guy on the bridge.
So then you realise there are two, the one in front of you, and another one on the bridge.
That's right. He was in mode, this bloke. Like he was, as close enough to me, he was angry, Rizzo. So
you could see it on his face.
You could.
In his eyes.
Yeah.
The final shootout captured by drone from above. The 50-year-old already shot dead at his son's feet before he too takes a bullet and goes down.
Yeah, they got him.
He's down.
Within minutes, the bridge is swarming with bystanders and police. It is chaos. And they want blood, screaming for revenge as police hold them back. In that short time, the pair had inflicted Australia's worst mass shooting since the Port Arthur massacre 1996.
It's hard not to be upset. It's like a tragedy that we've never seen.
Images they'd never imagined. And will never forget. With 50-year-old Sajid Akram shot dead and 24-year-old Naveed under police guard in hospital, detectives last night raided their homes in Bondi and Campsie, but believe they did act alone. A third gunman ruled out.
There was very little knowledge of either of these men by the authorities.
But we do know this.
The 50-year-old male is a licensed firearms holder. He has 6 firearms licensed to him. We are satisfied that we have 6 firearms from the scene yesterday.
Also seized 2 IEDs, improvised explosive devices, makeshift bombs found in the men's abandoned Hyundai.
I am very glad that those devices were not activated.
Officially declared a terrorist attack, there are reports the vehicle was draped in an ISIS-style flag.
That's all part of the investigation. Obviously, we will look at the motives behind this attack.
Police now launching Operation Shelter. 300 officers dispatched to keep peace on Sydney streets.
We will make sure that we are highly visible at places of worship, places that are known to be frequented by the Jewish community.
As the Albanese government is forced to defend its actions on anti-Semitism.
Has your government failed Jewish Australians when their worst nightmare was realised last night?
My government will continue to stand with Jewish Australians.
We look to government for national security, and this has been a catastrophic failure of that. There's no question about it.
We've been yelling this for over a year. No one is listening. Like, do you get it now?
Bondi now transformed into a kilometre-long crime scene as ancient hatreds from foreign lands again wash onto our shores. Chris Reason, 7 News.
Still to come on this special edition of 7 News right across the country, the act of supreme bravery that's inspired hope around the world. An update from the hospital bed of the Bondi hero is next.
In 2026, strap in for the most thrilling chases ever.
In New Jersey's George Washington Bridge crosses which river?
Every new game is down to the wire.
The Hudson. Correct.
Hold your breath.
A typical olive fruit contains how many stones? 1. Correct.
Till the very last second.
Lycabettus Hill is the highest point in which Greek city?
You've won! Wow, wow, wow.
Experience the thrill of the chase. New in 2026 on 7.
Don't miss the 2025 Mazda plate clearance. Get the refined CX-60 Pure now from $47,990 drive away. Or get the 7-seat CX-80 Pure now from $56,990 drive away. Price to clear and ready to move.
Whether it's the happy way or the stacky way, the weekday way or the your day way, however you enjoy it, life's a little more delicious than a Tellaway.
Some of us still not comparing car insurance as premiums rise.
You save on car wash, why not save bucket loads comparing car insurance deals?
It pays to compare.
Simple.
Oh, my legs ache. And I've tried everything, Georgie. Painkillers, gels.
Haven't you tried Revitive? Revitive is drug-free, gives long-lasting relief from pain and cramps, and reduces swelling. Get the perfect gift with Revitive.
At TAFE New South Wales, we believe everyone has a gift. Find yours as a teaching aide, support officer or educator and help grow brighter futures. Enrol now. Search TAFE New South Wales.
Traditional hearing aids just turn up the volume. We need to build something that works like a regular human ear. But I'm just one person. Or I was. When medical research joins forces with Google AI, more's possible.
Autobarn's all for your Christmas list. Give someone peace of mind with this next base front and rear dashcam bundle. Now a massive 50% off. And for car lovers, get 30% off the Mother's Detailing Bucket. Autobarn.
For the drivers.
There is still magic wherever you are. Cherish those golden to us this Christmas. Fragrant hazelnuts, smooth velvety chocolate. Say it with gold. Ferrero Rocher.
I love you to the moon. Pandora.
Good to have your company this evening. There's a very simple but powerful gesture there. The Sydney Opera House lit up with the candles of the menorah. Now, he's been praised right around the world. Ahmed Al-Ahmed tackled one of the Bondi shooters, as we know, now recovering. His lawyer has given an update saying he would do it all again, but the pain is taking its toll. We'll never know how many lives he saved following that one incredible dash.
Leaping into action, 43-year-old Ahmed Al-Ahmed tackling a gunman, wrestling away his rifle. Now it's the terrorist staring down the barrel. He falls to the ground and backs away. But there are still bullets being fired by the gunman's son from a nearby bridge. Ahmed is hit, blood pouring down his arm, taken to St George Hospital for emergency surgery.
He had 2 shots, one in his arm here and one in his hands.
Ahmed's cousin, Mustafa, among the first to visit. The father of 2 in hospital, now considered a national treasure.
Absolutely, he's a hero. Absolutely. Because maybe he can lose his life to save the other people.
Another cousin, Hussein, comforted the father of 2 after he was shot.
Yeah, he was very scared. He was looking, he told me like, I want to die, I love you, stay with me, don't leave me.
He says Ahmed, originally from Syria, has lived in Australia for around 12 to 13 years. His parents, overcome with emotion. He wasn't thinking about himself, his father said. He was thinking about the other people. Even people who have never met him are keen to show they care.
You know, give him flowers just to show us support and our gratitude for him, for what we've done.
Respect too from the United States President.
There's been a very, very brave person, actually, who went and attacked frontally one of the shooters and saved a lot of lives.
Sam Payne, 7 News.
You're watching a special edition of 7 News right around Australia, live from Bondi Beach this evening. A local tragedy that's broken the nation's heart. Next, Australians from all walk of life pay tribute.
One of the all-time great performances.
Dismantle the English attack.
Job done in the most emphatic way.
Our Aussies are on the precipice of glory.
This is what Ashes cricket's all about. You've got your ball, I've got my bat. Let's see who wins.
Wednesday, live and free on 7 and 7+.
Righto, time we got together. Cars, bikes, boats, homes. Because we're all for the driver. With some elbow grease, the perfect oil, subwoofers that'll knock your beanies off, sweet tech, spare parts and more. Autobarn. We're all for the drivers.
Bring her along. The more the merrier.
All right, milk, cheese, butter.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Devondale is the dairy range for your signature lasagna.
How'd you get it so crispy?
Devondale, the cow knows how.
Boating, camping, fishing is BCF fun. Exactly what that means will change for everyone. Bus stops fun, powered sites fun, worries none. Boating, camping, fishing is BCF fun. Hey!
We've helped Australians for 100 years. Now we're helping protect and prepare them for the next 100.
Come on. Come on. Wait, what?
Be first in line for a thrilling time with Keno Go.
Who said you deserved a little treat?
You did.
McCafe, matcha is here.
Make everything a prawn cocktail with fresh Australian cooked black tiger prawns, just $27.99 a kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
Mum and Dad and the twins getting ready for a scary movie. And Dad's not ready at all.
Buckle up, big guy. Does not get better from here.
M&M's, it's more fun together.
Step 1, choose your coffee with just one touch.
Okay.
Step 2, there is no step 2. That's it. Just enjoy. DeLonghi, it's not just perfect, it's perfetto.
Good to have your company this evening, live from Bondi Beach. A live shot there. Just behind me here, we have a second camera on this. This is this incredible floral memorial that's expanded all day long. Mourners have been coming in waves of numbers and waves of emotions as well. Many of them just coming and sitting, standing, reflecting. Moments of deep quiet and deep thought, others in tears and embracing each other. And at various times, various Jewish leaders and in fact leaders of other faiths have come and held impromptu services. We've heard song, we've heard sermon, and many Hebrew songs have been sung tonight as well. But the numbers have diminished this evening, but you can see that the flowers continue to expand, and that will grow over the coming days. This place now a touchstone for all sorts of emotions. It's obviously been a very sombre day here at Bondi. It began with locals being told to avoid the area, but as the day went on, more people arrived to pay their respects. We've seen a very steady stream of the mourners, Australians from all walks of life.
It's a very rough day, and we're all reeling, we're all grieving, and it's almost, too early to put thoughts into words.
Today I'm trying to bottle that anger and I'm just trying to be here for the community. But you're right, people are saying, was there enough done? Did we stand up strongly enough? And I think in some quarters you could argue, no, there wasn't a strong enough stance.
We've effectively seen a declaration of war against the Jewish community by terrorists. And there's a question of whether we as a nation rise to that and wage that war and win that war, because everything is at stake.
Children here, Allegra.
Oh, God. What's the name? Matilda.
Yeah.
Can you think of a more Australian name than Matilda? That is actually what people are standing up for. That is the deepest devastation.
Everybody, not just those here, but everyone around the country, the Jewish community all around the country. I've been speaking to rabbis in most of the states. Everyone has a family member, a connection here. That's so the power. And so the country's in mourning, and we have to turn that grief and mourning into our own action and show that care and make sure this country stays strong.
Yeah, well said by the Governor-General, Sam Mostyn there. Very grateful for all of our guests who joined us down here today. That's where we'll leave you this evening from Bondi Beach. Sunrise, we'll have special coverage from 5 o'clock again in the morning, and I'll be back here with special bulletins throughout the day tomorrow before your local news at 6 p.m. Wherever you are around our country, thank you for joining us. I'm Michael Usher. Please take care. Please stay safe, of course. From me now, good night.